What's up guys, Gino here, and in today's video we are taking a look at one of the best mice you could possibly get. That is the Logitech MX Master 3. This thing is an absolute beast of a mouse and will give you all of the features you desire thanks to these two scroll wheels, one on the top here and then another one on the side, which we will talk more about in a little bit. Coming in at $100, it is a fairly expensive device, being $20 more than the Apple Magic Mouse, but it may just be that much better for some people. So let's go ahead and take a look. And when we first open up the box here, you will be presented with the mouse and a little USB receiver if you don't want to connect the mouse directly to your laptop or computer. At the bottom here we have a USB-C cable with some extra info, and in order to set up your mouse you can go directly to mxsetup.logi.com or just turn on your mouse and it should automatically start to pair. If it doesn't start to pair, you can always just press this Bluetooth button right here and it should automatically start to pair, and you can just go into your computer's Bluetooth settings or your device's settings and pair that way. Now the Master 3 also allows us to pair up to 3 different devices at the same time, which is super nice if you need to switch between your computer, laptop, or etc. And once your mouse is connected, I highly recommend going to mxsetup.logi.com anyways, so that you can download the Logitech options, and it will give you a bunch of different features so that you can change each of these buttons and what they do, and it will give you the ability to kind of customize the mouse how you want it. And taking a look at the build here, you can definitely tell that Logitech knows what they're doing. It has a mostly high quality plastic build to it, and this rubbery soft texture that we have for your palm and thumb here is absolutely incredible. And I really like this, the way it feels, because the mouse almost sort of sticks to your hand. It's not like sticky obviously, but the mouse is kind of, it almost feels like it's being attracted to your hand, so you don't have to really try to move the mouse around. And both of these scroll wheels are made out of machined stainless steel, so they are super high quality and they feel very premium to use. But we have got to talk about this scroll wheel on the top here, as there are actually 2 different scrolling modes just on this wheel alone, and you can switch between the 2 modes with this little button on the mouse right in front of the scroll wheel. And the 2 different modes are a ratchet and free spin mode. And what ratchet allows you to do is scroll line by line. So if you're on a big spreadsheet with a lot of information and you need to get to specific information line by line, then you can use the ratchet mode, and you can see my finger here, it kind of clicks. And then if you switch it to the other mode by pressing this little button, it has a free spin mode. So once you press this button, it's way more smooth. And the free spin mode is really nice because you can quickly scroll through documents or pages. And you can also scroll quickly with the ratchet mode if you flick the wheel just a little bit harder. And Logitech is actually able to switch between these 2 modes electronically because they built the scroll wheel with electromagnets, which is kind of cool. And when it comes to the battery life, Logitech claims that the MX Master 3 gives us 70 days on a full charge, which is sweet. Once it does need to be charged, you can just plug it in thanks to its rechargeable battery with a USB-C port on the front here, which makes it super easy to recharge. And actually 1 minute of charging will give you an additional 3 hours of use. If for some reason the mouse died and you needed to recharge it really quick, you could do so. Now let's talk about all of the different buttons we have on this thing, because there's a lot of them and you guys are going to be pretty impressed with what this thing can do. First off, we have our typical left and right clickers, which you guys probably already know what these do. You can left click to click on something like in between words or letters, or you can right click to pull up this popular menu that we are all used to seeing. If you press on the middle scroll wheel here, you can easily open a new tab on your browser and of course scroll up or down with the scroll wheel. And of course, if you guys want to customize the scroll wheel or any of the other buttons we're about to talk about, you can do so in the Logitech Options application that you can download that I mentioned earlier. This tiny middle button here in front of the scroll wheel changes the different modes, which we already talked about earlier. And these 2 buttons here allow you to undo or redo different actions. So if you're using or editing software and you want to undo your last action, you can do so very easily by pressing this button. Plus, if you are browsing the internet, you can use these buttons to go back and forth from one website back to the browser or back to the website. Now, if you guys edit videos like myself or use any other software that has a timeline, then this scroll wheel on the side here will allow you to scroll horizontally within your timeline, so you can access certain things in your timeline way easier. And this is one of the main reasons I actually bought this mouse for myself, is because I love being able to scroll horizontally. It makes working in Final Cut Pro way easier for video editing. Now, the last button we have here is also a really cool feature, and I didn't even know that this was even there when I first bought the mouse, but it is called the gesture button, and this allows you to swipe between different desktops on your computer or laptop by holding and swiping to the left or right, or just by clicking once to see all of your windows. This is another feature that is to die for with the Logitech MX Master 3. And because we can control all of the different buttons to your personal preference, it just makes this mouse worth way more to me. So final thoughts here, I do think this mouse is well worth the $100 for all of the different features and customizable options. Plus, the design of the mouse, the scroll wheels, and the buttons are all super nice to work with. If you do anything with different softwares like Final Cut Pro, Blender, if you do any type of coding or picture editing, then I know you will fall in love with this mouse if you ever tried it. And man guys, this mouse just fits so perfectly in my hand. It's really grippy and it's just an amazing device. What do you guys think about the Logitech MX Master 3? Definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I will try my best to get back to you. But with all that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!